Attention, Earthling! A lot of you feeble-minded Earthlings blame the wrong things when it comes to why you're as fat as a Nebulam Slorgon. Such is the case when it comes to carbohydrates. Your trendy, low-carb, no-carb, antimatter carb diets completely miss the point. It's not the carbs themselves, but your ignorance in how to utilize them properly. Carbs are not the enemy. The Voraxanors are the enemy. You clueless Kremling! The misinformation that you've received is likely from their kind, leaving your mind foggy, body tired, and unable to use your full strength against their invasion. Enough of the nonsense! Today, you'll learn how to utilize the Quasar Burrito Torpedo to explode your energy levels. Adapted for you Earthlings, it is the Quasar Burrito Torpedo. This is Commander Marzod of the Interstellar Galactic Alliance, telepathically bringing you the Pro-Maximo food style, the greatest protein for the greatest warriors. While the Pro-Maximo food style encourages an intake of high-quality complete proteins from natural whole food sources, it does not vilify carbs. A true warrior understands the need for carbs because it is your primary source of energy for high-intensity battle. What's more, you need it for proper brain function, muscle recovery and growth, in synthesis with protein, as a source of fiber, and as a source of crucial micronutrients. Carbs are your Earth body's preferred and most efficient fuel source for high-intensity physical combat. They are converted into glucose, which is the immediate fuel for your muscles. Without enough carbs, your performance will suffer, and you'll be as useless as a Nebulam Slorgon. Your brain's primary fuel source is glucose. A consistent supply of carbohydrates keeps your cognitive function sharp, your focus clear, and your mental acuity strong. A lack of carbs can lead to brain fog and a loss of mental sharpness, making your brain feeble and weak. Consuming carbs helps to rapidly replenish your glycogen stores, which is a key part of the recovery process. Carbs stimulate the release of insulin, a powerful anabolic growth-promoting hormone. Insulin helps shuttle amino acids from the protein you eat into your muscle cells, which is essential repair and synthesis. This is a crucial synergistic effect between protein and carbs. But you have to have enough brains to know the difference between fast and slow carbs to utilize them properly. So pay attention, you clueless Kremling. Understanding the difference between slow and fast carbs is important. Slow, complex carbohydrates like brown rice, sweet potatoes, and lentils are your long-lasting energy sources. They are your sustenance for times when you must endure a long march towards enemy camp. They will keep you strong and focused all day. Fast, simple carbs, on the other hand, are for immediate energy. Think of them as a quick energy burst from a banana or a handful of dried fruit right before a one-on-one battle in a gladiatorial arena. But beware, do not get this from sugary candy bars or white bread, lest you crash and become as helpless as a Slorgon. You must master your timing when to use slow, complex carbs and when to use fast, simple carbs. Now that you know that carbs are not the enemy, and that you need it for energy, proper brain function, muscle recovery and growth, fiber, and crucial micronutrients, it is time for you to learn how to utilize the Quasar Burrito Torpedo. You'll need 3 main weapons for this battle: skinless chicken breast, cooked brown rice, and a high-protein tortilla. But to level this up to a warrior's true deadliness, you'll need at least 2 large eggs, kimchi, frozen mixed vegetables, shiitake mushrooms, a yellow onion, green onions, black pepper, and garlic powder. If your rice isn't cooked yet, start it now. It is best if you already have cooked rice in the fridge, but if not, deploy your rice cooker for battle. Now that you have a little battle experience, you better know how to slay your onions. Behead the onion stems with ferocity. Then quickly strip your enemy of its skin, chop it in half, cut them into thin strips, and lay them flat and dice them across into small squares. Next, take a handful of green onions and wash them properly before their execution. Lay them in a bundle on your chopping board and quickly guillotine them into half-inch pieces. Your cuts must express a warrior's wrath. This should go quickly, so relish the slaughter. Now, prepare the shiitake mushrooms. If you got these whole, wash them and discard the stems first. They are not worthy of a warrior's palate. When ready, slice the mushrooms into thin pieces. After that, cut those strips into squares to thoroughly destroy your enemy's defenses. Wipe the blood from your cutting board. Vegetables vanquished. Next, grab the flesh of your skinless chicken breast and ready it for your blade's execution. Then, cut the meat against the grain into 1-inch strips. After that, cut the strips across into 1-inch cubes. And finally, put the meat into a bowl and toss it with as much garlic powder and black pepper as your delicate little human stomach can handle. Chicken conquered! Set it aside. At last, we can now use our blazing flames of glory. This insipid human's inferior living quarters never ceases to annoy me. But no matter, true warriors fight on, no matter the adversity they face. Deploy a non-stick skillet or saute pan and heat it to low to medium heat. And because you're using a non-stick pan, use a wooden spatula and spread a bit of olive or avocado oil on it. When the pan is ready, take your seasoned diced chicken breast and cook it until it starts to brown. Then, throw your diced onions and mushrooms in there and stir-fry them all together until golden brown. When it resembles the color of Ozra's warhammer, it is ready. Next, add in your cooked rice into the mix and stir-fry all of that together for a few minutes until mixed and cooked well together. And when you see that the rice is no longer moist, move your fried rice to one side of the pan to create some empty space. Then, quickly, grab your eggs and crack them into the empty space, like your enemy's skulls. Once you discard the shells, use your wooden spatula to scramble the eggs and let them cook fully. And when the scrambled egg is ready, break it up and fold them into the rest of the fried rice. And finally, add a serving of frozen veggies and kimchi and stir-fry everything until the veggies are tender. When everything is cooked, turn off the stove and top it off with the green onions. Gavok! Now it's time to test your true warrior's skill. You will now assemble the Quasar Burrito Torpedo. First, prepare your tortilla by warming it up on a pan or an open fire. Then, you're going to arrange your fillings in a horizontal line in the center of the tortilla. Leave about 2 inches or 5 centimeters of space on the top and bottom. Next, fold the bottom and tuck it tightly, then fold the sides in to create a pocket, and then roll the entire burrito forward using the remaining top portion to seal it into a neat torpedo, and Gavok! You now have the explosive power of a Quasar Burrito Torpedo. And now, for your comparison, let's analyze a typical Earth burrito. This single pathetic meal can contain over 1,050 calories, a disgusting 60 grams of fat, 22 grams of which are saturated, and 1 gram is from disgraceful trans fat. This is a completely unacceptable nutritional range on any planet. On top of this, they can contain a cowardly 2,600 milligrams of sodium, 155 milligrams of cholesterol, and 4 grams of added sugar. Gronos. And now for the Pro-Maximo food style difference. The numbers don't lie. The Quasar Burrito Torpedo has been deployed. It gives you a devastating 65 grams of high-quality complete proteins and 55 grams of high-quality complex carbs, all while packing a disciplined 550 milligrams of sodium, a strike against processed garbage, and with only 20 grams of mostly healthy, unsaturated fats. All of this explosive power is delivered to you at only 620 calories. Now that you actually know how carbs work and how to use the Quasar Burrito Torpedo, you have gained a slight improvement in your warrior's skills. But don't get complacent, Kremling. You are far from battle-ready against the Voraxanor threat. Next time, you will learn how to create Chimera protein rings to maximize your raw strength for combat. Until then, this is Commander Marzod of the Interstellar Galactic Alliance, telepathically bringing you the Pro-Maximo food style, the greatest protein for the greatest warriors. Gavok! End transmission.